Today I want to talk to you guys about an underrated game for an underrated console, and that game is
Lords of Thunder.
Let's take a closer look.
With packaging like this, you know this game is going to be good.
The once peaceful land of Mistra was about to be plunged into a time of death and turmoil. From the darkest reaches of the land, the army of the Garuda Empire, under the command of High Priest Sornbel and the 6 Dark Generals, had begun the invasion of Mistra. Not since the Battle of the Gods during the time of the Sword had the beautiful countries of Mistral seen such savage destruction. In this battle, the legendary knight Drak, with the goddess Luxina, had sealed the evil god Deoric deep under the 6 continents of Mistral. The Garuda Empire's intention was to resurrect the evil god Deoric and to plunge the world into darkness. The people of Mistral fought to stop the invasion, but they were no match against the superior force of the Garuda Empire. As the last hope of the people of Mistral, one knight alone stands to save this land. His name was Duran, the last in the bloodline of the legendary knight Drak. Protected by the mystical armor of Drak, Duran alone confronts Sornbel and the Garuda Empire. Will Duran be able to stop the Garuda Empire, the resurrection of Deoric?
This game is a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up, and you get to pick the order you want to play the first 6 stages. You also get to pick which armor you use, which controls the type of shot power-ups you have, and you can choose from fire, earth, wind, and water. No heart, though. But let's not kid ourselves, that kid kinda got a raw deal when they were passing out the rings. Your main shot can be powered up by various little pickups throughout the stages, and depending on which type of armor you choose, like I said before, you get a different type of shot, and they're all about as powerful as one another, but they kind of work a little bit differently. So some of them will, for instance, sweep in front of you, some of them provide a little bit more coverage from behind, so part of the fun of the game is sort of playing through the stages, getting to know them a little bit, and learning which armor you should use on which stage. There are 2 meters on the top right hand corner of the screen. The top one is your shot power and the bottom one is your health bar. Now, you do have a health meter in this game, but I would say that there's not a whole lot of cheap stuff in it, and you can pick up health power-ups throughout the stages. You can see there's a little heart right there that I just picked up. You also start out with 1 bomb, but you can carry as many as 3 and buy them in the shop between stages. In addition to your regular shot, you also have a close-range melee attack, and this is actually really powerful and can be really useful in dealing with some of the larger enemies. The Sega CD is an often maligned system, but one of the things that it did really well was combine sort of basically a Genesis game with CD quality audio, and that's something that this game uses quite well. And I think the sort of 80s metal soundtrack really fits the visual style and the pacing of the game.
May I help you?
Here's a look at the shop system that you visit between stages. Now, you probably noticed earlier I was collecting red and blue gems, and those are credits that you use to buy things in the shop. And you can purchase everything from health power-ups, shot power-ups, bombs, shields, an elixir that gives you an extra life and also continues. Now, as great as this game is, I do have a couple of complaints. The first is with the audio mix. Sometimes the shots, different shot types, if they're fully powered up especially, can drown out the audio, and the soundtrack is really one of the great reasons to play this game. So that's kind of unfortunate, although if you choose the Earth armor, it's not quite as bad. My other minor complaint is that the game may be just a little bit too easy on the normal setting. And this is especially for any of you shmup veterans out there, but I think this actually can be used to your advantage. This might be a good starter game for someone who's looking to get into the genre, but isn't quite ready for some of the harder titles. And also, you can adjust the difficulty if you want. Here we have a few of the boss battles in the game, and I really like the giant boss designs in the game, and the attack patterns are pretty fun to try to learn how to dodge, and especially since, your hitbox is relatively large in this game. The bosses start out fairly easy and then ramp up in difficulty as one would expect. If you make it through the first 6 stages, you unlock the final stage and you're treated to a nice little cutscene here, which I think provides a nice break from the action.
Of Mistral, but the High Priest Sornval had been successful in the construction of the Dark Tower over the Seal of Deoric. With this tower to magnify his force, Sornval will be able to resurrect the evil god Deoric.
All in all, I think this is definitely a game that's worth checking out. It's also available on the PC Engine CD, as well as the Virtual Console and PlayStation Network. So if you get a chance, give this one a try. As always, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and thanks for watching.